All right, so for in today's video, I'm going to show you what ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok, what they have to say will be the number one stock in 2026. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you the three steps used to identify good stocks using a screener, and then what's the exact LLM prompt that I've used, and then the output of the screener was fed to again the some LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok, and based on AI, right? Based on on these LLMs assessment, what are the top five stocks in 2026? All right, let's jump right in. So I use this screener called FinVIZ. This is not a sponsored post. I just use them, and I am sharing with you exactly what I do. So I chose stocks that are above $15, right? Because in general, stocks that are above that price, they tend to, well, I guess the exact opposite, right? Stocks that are lousy, that are bad, they tend to go below $15, right? So you don't want those, right? So to minimize the risk, right? So I eliminated those. So out of the all the stocks, in the stock market, there are 7,326 stocks according to FinViz that are the price of which is above $15. Okay. Now, I chose stocks that have, growing sales and growing earnings. So, for example, I want stocks that have grown over 10% per year for the past 5 years, and I want stocks that have grown their EPS or earnings per share of over 25% per year for the past 5 years. And, so that's the past, so meaning it has grown a lot, right? And then I want stocks that are growing in terms of, again, sales at least 5% quarter over quarter, and growing earnings per share, 20%, over 20%, again, quarter over quarter, right? So that eliminated a whole lot of stocks, and only 72 stocks are left, right? And then lastly, I want stocks where the price is trending up. So I use the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, and the 20-day moving average. For the 200-day moving average, that's the long-term trend. So if the price of the stock is above that, then that means over the long term, or there is a long-term uptrend, right? And then the 50 day moving average, that's your medium term. And then lastly, your 20-day moving average, it's your short term. So in the short term, medium term, and long term, right, the stock is trending up, and you want those. And out of all the universal stocks that are above $15, right, with growing sales and earnings per share in the past 5 years and quarter over quarter, and then which of those are trending up, I ended up with 22 stocks. These are, your creme de la creme, right? Your top stocks in terms of, fundamentals and technicals, right? Then what I did was, so these are the stocks, right? AMTM, AZN, BTSG, EAT, ENVA, etc. Right? So this is the list. Then what I did was I fed this list, right, to the different LLMs. And this is the prompt that I use. Which of these stocks, the attached file, are likely to go up by 2026 by how much percentage wise? Why? What are the catalyst, news, and trends? And then pick the top five based on projected percentage increase. So, are you guys ready to find out what the top five stocks that ChatGPT chose? Here they are. Number one is Nvidia. Number two is Micron. Number three is Google. Number four is DSM. And number five is KLAC, which is a chip equipment, manufacturer. So, essentially all of these are riding on the AI, I guess, narrative, right? So, I don't know, like there's nothing new with this one, right? So that's my personal assessment. I mean, Micron seems to be pretty good, so that can be a good, stock to buy and invest in for 2026, right? Now, what does Gemini say? Well, Micron is number one. The projected upside is 200% or more. That definitely caught my attention, right? Because that high of a upside, I mean, that's huge, right? So I don't know if that is really true. That is definitely something worthwhile digging into. TSM, they kind of have a monopoly of, the whole AI chip, fabrication, the foundry, right? So that's always a good bet. Will it increase up to 6-7% this year? I don't know, right? And then HUAT or HOT, they went from crypto mining to now going to build, AI data centers. I'm not sure yet though whether if that is just a fad or whatever, is that really sustainable? So that is something worthwhile digging into. And then Google and then Nvidia, kind of similar to what ChatGPT said, right? So, and then now, what about Grok? Well, Grok says that the number one stock is again Nvidia with a possible 41% increase. Now, Grok's assessment or estimate on projected increase is much more conservative, so I don't know. And at least Grok gave me some new ideas in here, like TDG, aerospace recovery and acquisition, right? So aircraft parts, etc. So that might be a good one, given the emphasis on defense and so on. So that might help increase the price of the stock, right? FUTU, which is online brokerage expansion in Asia, etc. Again, it gave me a diff or new idea. Google again riding on the AI bandwagon, and then interactive brokers, but again another online brokerage. I don't know. Well, let's see. So these are worth digging into. Now, if this has helped you, definitely subscribe to this channel, and like this so that I will know which types of videos you like and appreciate so I can produce more of it. And again, it's totally free to subscribe. You can always unsubscribe if you change your mind. All right. So with that, which of these stocks do you think will be in the top five in 2026? So put it in the comments below. And if you like stocks, if you like to find stocks that actually go up 100% in one day. I know that sounds crazy, but definitely click on the next on this video. The next one right here. See you guys soon.